I will quickly go through what we have learned yesterday. Yesterday we have seen line, how to do the line. Then we have seen the polyline. Can you see the screen?
No, sir.
No.
Okay, so we will start. First, we will do the arc. When you say arc, click this arc. There are different methods by which you can draw arcs. Different methods. We are mainly concerned about the first four. Balance you can practice your own. So if you want to see how this three arc is made, just hold your mouse there for a few minutes. You can see that they are showing 3 point, 1, 2, 3, and you can draw the arc. So 3-point method. That means you show the 3-point, first point, second point, third point. So it passes through the 3 points. Most of the time you will be using this. For example, suppose you have a circle here in a rectangle here. Sometimes when you draw the electrical drawing and other thing, if you want to show the wiring and other thing, you have to show from the electrical point to the switch, you have to draw. So there we use the arc. So suppose I want to draw an arc from center of this to intersection of this. So I will use the 3-point arc. Center of second point here and third point here. You can see. So 3-point, many of the time you'll be using 3 points. So that is one method. Second one is start, center, end. Okay, this you will be using for drawing your doors and windows. Okay, so whenever you want to start the drawing, the first method is units. I did not do this. Let me do it again. Units. So I have second decimal unit. Precision I will keep 0 because I'm going to use millimeter. I don't change anywhere. Okay. Then second, what is the second method? What is the second step? Anyone? Switch on your mic and tell me what is the second step. First step is units. Second step.
Limits.
Limits. Very good. Limits. Actually, limits we are going to use to fix the sheet size. So there will be lower corner then upper corner. So limits. Okay. So lower corner is asking. So 0, 0. It's already 0, 0 is there. So you just press enter. Upper corner. So we are going to use A3 sheet. So I will use 420, 0, 0 because 1 is to 100 we are going to draw, comma 29700. And what is the third step? What is the third step? Anyone?
Zoom on.
Yeah. Zoom, enter, all. Then only you will get that effect. So these 3 steps are common. Okay. Now I lost the drawing. I don't know where I went. So what I'll do is I will say zoom, extend. You can see that drawing has come back. So zoom extend is used if you miss the drawing somewhere. Zoom extend you can use. Zoom, enter, extend. Okay, you can get from here. Always you try to switch on this standard toolbar. So how will you do that? Toolbars, tool, from first tools, toolbars, AutoCAD, and switch on the standard. So you'll get this toolbar. Once you open one toolbar, then you right click AutoCAD and switch on the object snap also. Sometimes you may require that also. Object snap, OSnap. So object snap has come here. These both are very important. Okay. So now we want the draw arc using start, center, end. For that, I will draw a line. It's basically used to draw doors. I will just draw a line with 1000. I have drawn a line with 1000 length, 1 meter length. And I will use this now. Arc, start, center, end. Start this end, center this end, and here make click. So your door is ready. Okay. So there you will be using start, center, end. basically for drawing do. Start center angle. So some arc you want only 45 degree. You can use star center angle, start center angle, say 45 degree. You can draw an arc. If you draw a line here, this angle. Okay. Switch off your mic if you are anyone's mic is on, because I'm recording the session. Okay. Now I have the third one. The fourth one is start center length. It is actually, suppose I have two lines here. I have another line. And connecting these two, I want to draw an arc. So I can use the fourth one, start center length. So start center length. You can see that there is an arc here. Start center length. Okay, so this length is taken. Okay, and when you get time, you can go through it. If you want to see, you can just hold it for a second, then automatically explain how you see how this start center length is to be drawn. It is given there. Okay, so these are the three methods. So can you note down? Arc, 3 point, then start center end, start center angle, start center length. Okay, these are the combination of the same thing. Different things you'll be showing. Maybe first you show the end point, mid point, something like that. Okay, so these four are important. Then you can go when you get time. Okay, arc is finished. Any doubt in the arc? You have to try it. I'll go to polygon. When you type polygon, all these commands you can do 3 times. One is you can type. Second one you can take from here, or you can go to draw and select. See the arc, everything is there. Circle. Now we are going to have polygon. So you can select from here polygon, or you can select from tool, draw, polygon, or you can type polygon. Okay, so now it is 4 sides. I will make it to 5 sides. So the first one, polygon, using the center point, center of the polygon. So just click a center. Now he's saying the polygon inscribed or circumscribed. Okay, we will say what is inscribed. So I have to select the inscribed, I. Type I or select this. Now we have to give the radius. So I will say radius 1000. So what he has done is, he has drawn the polygon inside the circle with the radius 1. That is inscribed. Inscribed means we will be showing the radius of the circle. The polygon is drawn inside the circle. That is inscribed. Again, polygon, 5 side, enter, center point. In this case, now we'll use the circumscribed. Again, I will show the radius 1000. It is a little bigger because this is drawn outside the circle. Okay, so polygon, write down the steps. Polygon, show the center point, select the number of side. Polygon, number of side. So if you want to see what are the steps involved here, you can press Control F2 in the laptop. So it shows you what are the comments you type. So when you type the polygon, it shows 5 number of sides. Then it is asking center point, then inscribe or circumscribe. Then you give the radius circle. So whenever you want to copy these steps, you can copy and save it so that you will know what are the steps involved. You can copy this in a Word file and keep it there. So which will give you polygon command, what are the steps involved. So this is sometimes very useful. Okay. it is Control F2 in laptop, and desktop it will be F2. This is touch screen, it's called. You can cancel by clicking this, or you can press again Control F2. Okay. So hope you have noted the steps involved in that. So there are two things. One is inscribe and second one is circumscribe. Inscribe means it draws the polygon inside the circle, and circumscribe means it draws the polygon outside the circle. Some whose mic is off. Devadarsh, mic is off. But usually we will be using polygon, not using the center point. We will be using edge. What we will do is polygon. Instead of showing the center point, I will say number of sides you select. Let's say 6. Then I will say E, edge, and show the edge point. You can see it is showing. Okay. Now you, from this point, you have to show what is the side length. Specify second point. So I want the width 1 meter. So this length is 1 meter. This will be 1 meter. So what are the steps involved? Control F2. First you will type polygon, then number of sides. Okay, I typed 6. Then instead of center showing, I will type E, edge. Okay, then you will show me first point you have to show, then second point. Second point you just type the length and it will draw the polygon with the number of sides. Okay, so the steps involved are polygon, number of sides, E, then show the first point, then type the length for the second point. Okay, now you can see that the first the main line is parallel to this is horizontal. Suppose you want to draw this in 15-degree angle. So what you will do is you go to polygon, 6 side, edge, E. Second point, when I show, I will switch on the, you remember last time we learned polar tracking. Click the polar tracking on. You can see that 15 degrees on. Okay, so you go here, now it is 15 degrees. Track the length, 1 meter. So you hold that polar tracking, whichever angle you want, then you. So it is tilted now. That's how you do the polygon. You can use the polar tracking. Okay, here. Polar tracking, you can switch on any angle. The default is 90 degree only. So polygon, we have finished. Now we'll go to the ellipse. Ellipse is nothing but a distorted circle. So when you draw an ellipse, there are two axes here. One is the major axis and minor axis. This is the major axis and other one is minor axis. Okay, so we can draw ellipse in two ways. One is center. So I will be showing the center and showing the 1 point. So automatically you will take the same distance to this side and you will fix both this point. Then you have to give the other axis distance. That means from the center, what is the distance you want here? You have to give that. So center. So I will show the center. Now edge point I have to show. So I want to say, I'll say 1 meter. So he has taken 1 meter this side and one side 1 meter this side also. Now we have to show other axis distance. So what is the distance to this? So I'll say 300. We go at ellipse. Okay, so first we have shown the center point, then we have shown this edge point. So automatically he has taken the same distance to this side, and if we fix this, then you have, what is the other axis distance? What is the distance? Which I type 300. That's how you do the ellipse using center point. So let us see, write down the steps. Control F2. ellipse. Then I type C. Then I've shown the center point. Then the second point I've shown that distance to other axis 300. Okay. So if you are noting down now, am I going fast? You can note down now.
Yes.
Is it okay? Okay. So write down these steps. Now we'll go to second ellipse using axis and point. That means you are going to show this point and other axis distance. Earlier we have shown the center point. Now we are going to show the edge. Axis and point. So the first point, second point, I want about say 2 meters. And other axis distance. We have shown the first point. We have shown the second point and other axis distance. So that is the second method. Control F2. Okay. Ellipse. Axis, then point, other point, and distance to other axis. That is actually rotation. Okay. Okay. So we have seen the ellipse. Arc we have seen. Ellipse we have seen. There is one more ellipse, so forget about this for the time being. And when you see here, these panels, when I click this arrow here, you have more options here. Okay, more options. So let me take the first one, which is when I click it, it is spline. Spline fit. There are two types of spline. One is the fit type and the other one is CV type. Spline, we are going to see now spline fit. Click this. And you can draw fit spline. When you click this, you can see that it is drawn based on this corner points. Yesterday we were learning about pre-edit, we got the fit curve. It is the same thing. This edge is making round. With the fit curve, we can adjust this. Okay, so it is very simple. Escape to cancel it. That is spline fit. Next one is spline CV. You draw the same method. Will be smooth one. Spline CV. Control point. Control vertex. Click here. You are controlling the vertex. So you get a smooth point. Smooth. It's a polygon actually. Polyline. So there are two methods by which you can draw the spline. One is spline fit and CV. That is control vertices. Okay. Now the next one is construction line. That is X line. Next command is X line. You can get from here control construction line or X line. The command is X line. You can see this is an infinite line by which it is used to draw drawings and other things. Site plan and other things, you can use this. Okay. X line. Command is X line. So when I say X line, there are many options: horizontal, vertical, angular, bisect, offset, etc. When I use horizontal, you can see horizontal line. This is an infinite line. Any number of times you zoom, you cannot see the end of the line. Okay, so that is X line, horizontal. Again X line, vertical. So you can do vertical lines. This you can cut later using the trim command. And suppose you want angular line. you select the angle and type 45 degree. I want 45-degree angle lines. You can see 45 degrees you can draw. Infinite line. Okay. Later you can use the trim command, which I have not learned. I can use the trim command and cut whatever I want. Suppose I select these two. I can cut this line. We will learn the trim command later. So this is X line. You can draw horizontal infinite line, vertical infinite line, angular infinite line. And you can use the offset command also. There is an offset command inside this. Offset. Distance you give 1 meter. So every 1 meter you want to offset this line. Offset also you can use in the from the X line command. There is one bisect is there. It's not much useful, so just leave it. Now we have ray, R-A-Y, ray command. Okay, so I will, for ray, you show the start point and second point. So from, and you can draw any number of line. Okay, so show the first point and show the second. So from this point, you will be drawing just like a sun rays. You can draw the line. That is called ray. You will use very rarely only we use that. For step case drawing, you can use other method. Okay, and these are some other. We will do this later. This is actually drawing the multiple points. So this is point command. When I click this, I'll say point. You can draw the points. Very, very small point. You can't see that properly. So you can change the point style. When I say DDP type, P type. You can see there are different type of point styles are there. Now you have used the dotted. So that is why when you draw the points, you get dotted, dotted, dotted. You want like this only. But in some case, if you want to some printout and everything, you can just select this. You can see everywhere that point has changed. Point has changed. When you draw the contour line and everything, if you want to show the points and everything, you can change the point style to different. Okay. So for that, you have to type DDP type, dynamic dialog point type, DDP type. And if you are using this one, then keep it back to point style. That is multiple point drawing here. This one. Okay, but these two we will see later. There are we will see later. It's okay up to here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll go to the next command now. I have drawn a rectangle. I want to move this. We are going to learn command called move. M-O-V-E, move. So you can get the command from different places. One is here, move command. One is from draw, move. See, you can't find in the draw, so you go to the modify command. Modify, move. Okay, the move command is a modify. It's not drawing, no. So that is under modify command. Modify, move. Or you can type M. You can type M also. M. Enter. M. Move. So select the object. So you have to select the object. There are different methods by which you can select the object. One is click by one. Show the window. Is only one object. So I will just click it. Enter. Second step is show a base point. You have to show a point on this object to just to drag it. So I will show this as the base point. Second point, I want to move this. Yeah. Want to move 1 meter. And so it moved 1 meter. Okay, it moved 1 meter from the original position. Move, select object, base point, second point, say 3000. Enter. So it moved 3 meter from the original point. So move command is used to move an object. And what are the steps involved? Move, okay, shortcut M, select the object, show the base point, bracket, base point should be on object, a point on the object. If a rectangular and other, better to select the intersection point, midpoint, etc. If a circle, try to use center point or quadrant points. Select object, then show a base point, then second point. Second point, you can type the distance, or you can use the rate, length, less than angle. See, I can use this using rate also. Move, M, select object, base point. I will say rate 3000 less than 0. So it moves in 0 direction. If you give 90, it moves 90 degrees. You give 180, it moves this direction. Suppose I want to move this direction. Move. Select base point. You can show like this and put the distance, or you can use the rate 3000 less than 180 degree. It's 180 degree. You remember when we explained you the angles 0, 90, 180, down 270. That's 360. So move command. Now we'll go to copy command, which is same move command only. Only thing is that you can take the copy of the object. So I'll say copy. So you can get from here copy, or you can get from modify, or you can type C for copy. Sorry, CP. CP means circle. CP. Okay, CP. Okay, so again, copy, select the object, base point, and second point. I will say 3 meter. So you copied 3 meter. You can multiple copy. You can copy anywhere you want without measurement also. Any number of times, say multiple copy. So when I copied this one, the distance is from here. This I copied and put it here. So the distance from this corner to this corner, that is 3000. When I gave copy command, I selected the object. I shown this base point and second point here. So this is, I typed 3000. So this distance from this corner to same corner is 3000, whatever distance. So copy command, you can multiple copy this. Okay, copy, you can have multiple command. So write down the command. Copy, select object, copy. CP is the shortcut. C, if you type, then it goes to the circle. Select object, then specify base point, that second point. Copy. You can do multiple copies. Every time it measures from here only. See, for example, copy from here, 3000, enter. So he copied one, and again he is measuring from there only, not from here, measuring from the same base point. So I say 6000. 6,000. can multiple copy like that. So that is copy. Now we'll see rotate. We'll see the rotate command. Rotate, this is rotate. From modify, rotate, or you type R. RO you have to type. This you can change. Now R is his redraw. Rotate is RO. Type RO. Rotate. Select. And again he is asking base point. Suppose I show the base point somewhere here. This rotation angle. So I want to rotate like this. Angle is always in the anti-clockwise. So I will say 45 degree. So you can see that from the horizontal, it rotated 45 degree. This angle is 45 degree. The object rotate based on the base point. Suppose I select the rotate, select the object. Approximately I will show this point. You can see the rotation is based on that point now. 45. So from that point he is rotated. That particular point he rotated 45 degree. So if you want to see the correct rotation, you have to select this base point, which shows you exactly 45. Every time it is rotating, whatever angle you give. So rotate. So write down the steps. Rotate. Select object. Base point. So the object rotate based on your base point. Then type the angle. Okay, so we have finished rotate. Now the next one is stretch. I want to see what is the distance. This to find the distance between 2 points, we use a command called dist, distance. Dist, distance. Write down dist, this distance, to find the distance between 2 points. When I type distance, you show the first point and you show the second point. So the distance is dist, first point, second point. You can see the distance is given 1254. This is the distance is 1254. So how will you do that? Dist, first point, second point. So you can see the distance. I made it a little bigger. If you make only one, then you cannot see the other line. So you can make it little bigger if you want. Distance. So I want to stretch this to 2254. I have to stretch by 1 meter. So stretch command. Stretch. 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 Or from modify, stretch. So you have to show the object partly with the cross window. So I will show like this, partly with cross window. Cross window is a window you are showing from bottom to top. Click. So it is selected. Base point. You want to extend by 1 meter. 1000. Enter. So it became 1 meter extra. Stretch. If you want to stretch this side, you have to select like this. 1 meter. Suppose you want to make bigger or increase like this. So stretch, show the window like this. Partly only you have to show which side you want to increase or decrease. I can make it smaller. Okay. So stretch command is very powerful. To increase or decrease the size of an object, you can use stretch command. Control F2. Stretch. Then select the object by cross window. Select object to stretch cross window. Then base point, second point. Base point, second point. So we do the stretch. Okay, you have to select partly and with cross window. When you want to see stretch, don't select like this. It will not work. You have to select by cross window. And only part, not this full, not like this. So if you select, you cannot select like this full, only part only you have to select. So which side you want, you select that one, this one, or this one. Stretch command. Now the next one is scale. Scale you get from here. Scale, or you can type scale, or you can select from the toolbar. Modify, you can get the scale. Scale, select the object, enter. Show a base point. So I want to make this full object 50% smaller. So I'll say 0.5. Scale is 0.5, mean half the size. We get half the size. Once again, scale, select the object, show the base point, scale factor 0.5. So it became half the size. Suppose you want to make bigger, select the object, show the base point, scale factor. So I want to make double the size. Okay, so write down scale to increase or decrease the size of an object. Scale, show a base point. Scale, select the object, show a base point, scale factor. Okay. I have one object like this here. I want to reduce this rectangle to the same size, the width. From this width, I want to make it to same width. So how will you do that? First, you have to find what is the length of this. So I will use the distance command, dist. First point, second point. So the distance is 720. So you copy that or write down somewhere. You can select it, right click, copy. So that's 750 you copy it, or you can write down somewhere. Now I want to scale this. Scale, select object, base point. So instead of scale factor, I have to write R, reference. R. Now specify a reference length. I have to say at the rate. Show the second point. I will show you the steps. Now you type the copy that value. You can make the same length. Okay, what you do is for the time you just leave this command. Maybe little confusion for you. Just remind me, I can explain you later once you are familiar with the scale command. Okay, once you are familiar with the scale command, I can explain you. You just remind me how to do scaling of an object with reference to other. Okay, I'll just repeat once again. If you understand, okay. Otherwise, we can do that later. Scale, select object, base point, R, enter, at the rate, enter, show the second length, and type the value 720. So it becomes same value. That's how you scale an object based on the other one. I'll draw an arc here. I want to mirror this object. So I will use a mirror command. Mirror, type mirror, or select from the modify mirror. I can use mirror. Everywhere you have to use the selection of object is important. Mirror, select object, enter. You have to show a mirror line. So I want to mirror this one, so there should be a mirror here. 1 point. If ortho is on, you get exactly. Okay, we make the ortho on. The first point, second point. Now, do you want to erase the source object? No. Enter. So go to mirror. I'll repeat. Undo. Mirror. Select object. Show the mirror line. Show mirror line number 1. Mirror line number 2. If you show tilted mirror line, object also will be tilted. If you show straight, you get the straight. Enter. This is how you do the mirror. Okay, so we have written mirror command. Mirror, select the object, show the first point on the mirror line, show the second point on the mirror line, and say no, or just press enter. Mirror. So if you have a tilted, when you show the mirror line angular, you get the object angular. Mirror, select object, first point, second point. You can see mirror point like this. Mirror. Now we'll use the trim command. I have few lines here. To repeat the last command, just press enter or space bar. I'm just pressing the enter and repeating the commands. So I have few lines here. I want to cut this extra length. So here we are using the command called trim. T-R-I-M, trim. You can get from here. You see here, this use this small arrow. There are two commands there, trim and extend. You select the trim command. You can also get the trim command from modify, trim command, trim. You can see that how it is doing trim. Trim shows you how to trim, cutting and other things. Okay. So what I will do is, I want to cut this 3 pieces above the line. So I will use the command called trim. Select the cutting edge. This is my cutting edge. Enter. And show the line which is to cut. Okay. Undo. Trim. If I select both these 2 lines, cutting edge, enter, show the points which we want to cut. Okay, cut. Then you select 2 lines. So trim command is used to cut the extra length of an object. Okay, have you written? Trim, T-R-I-M, to cut extra length of an object. In the trim, very interesting thing is that when I say trim, he is asking select the cutting edge. Select the cutting edge, you see here? So I have to select one cutting edge. Instead of that, what I will do is I will just press space bar. I have not selected any cutting edge. Instead, I click here, space bar. So what happens is all lines are cutting edge now. So I can cut anywhere. Repeat again, trim. I'll just press cutting edge, just press enter. Trim, press enter. Trim. So instead of selecting cutting edge, just press enter. Now everything is cutting edge. You can cut from anywhere. When you press space bar, all objects became cutting edges. So you can cut anything, anywhere you want. You can also use fence, F. So fence is also very powerful command. Press F and show a fence line. Press enter. So that piece is cut. So that is trim command to cut extra length of an object. Write down trim to cut extra length of an object. Select cutting edge. Bracket you write, press space bar to select all objects as cutting edges. Now select the object which you want to cut. So you can show a fence and select the object which you want to cut. Let me repeat that again. Trim. I am not selecting anything. I'll just press space bar. So everything is cutting it now. I have to click one by one. That will take time. So I can show a cross window or fence. You can use the fence or cross window to cut the extra length. So that is trim. Extend is same, similar. Only thing is instead of cutting edge, you'll be showing the border where it has to join. So the extend you can get from the same trim from their arrow use, come down and say extend. So I will select this as my cut. Instead of cutting edge, he says boundary edge. So this is my boundary edge. Enter. Show the objects. Use fence also. Undo. Extend. Cutting edge. Select the object to extend. Just say F and show a fence. Enter. Here also you can use the space bar. So I'm not selecting any, I'll use extend command. So instead of selecting boundary edge, I will press space bar. So now every object is a boundary edge. Even this one, everything is one. So you can extend from here, you can extend from here, you can extend from here. That is the power of space bar. Everything is extended. Okay. So write down extend. To extend an object, extend, select the boundary edge, or press space bar to select the whole drawing as the boundary edges. Enter. Then you select the object to extend by using a fence or cross window, etc.